I know plenty of women in Atlanta that have opened up care clinics for women after plastic surgery, because plastic surgery is so big that it's never going anywhere. People are going to always want to enhance themselves. That's one thing I can tell you. Beauty is never going to fade. In the industry of beauty will never fade. It will always be here. It will always thrive, and it will always be well and very much alive. It's never going to go anywhere. Okay? So if you're in beauty, any type of form, way, or fashion, congratulations to you. You just signed your meal ticket. Okay? That's one thing I can honestly say, that even during a pandemic, one of my girlfriends is a well-known hairstylist here. She does amazing work. She said, even in a pandemic, people they want to look good. You look good, you feel good, because this quarantine can make people depressed. And we're approaching the holiday season real fast. Thanksgiving is next week. It's definitely, it's going down, you know. But what I want to say to you is that whatever your dreams are, whatever you want to do, please look into launching that business. Stop holding yourself back, because only you can do that. Stop thinking you need this, you need that, you need this. Like, I have literally launched businesses with nothing. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest. The businesses are thriving. They're doing well. Okay? They're thriving. They're doing well. I worked in corporate. I had somebody tell me, like, wow, you worked in corporate for this long and now you're this age and you're starting over and this and that, because it was necessary. It wasn't that I wanted to start all over, and it was necessary. I have small children. I should be being able to run a business where I can create my own schedule and do things like that, just in case one of my children not feeling well. I can go to them, or they need to be picked up, or they have to drop them off at practice and pick them up at a certain time. I am grateful for now being able to have that flexibility in order to do so. The pandemic is slowing down a lot of that. I'd rather keep my children home to keep them safe. But just in case, I'm going to go ahead and run this business, my own business, so that way I am accessible to my children. I am accessible to my husband if he needs me. I am accessible to my mother if she calls me and she needs me. I can go to her. You know, this is a sacrifice that I had to make at the second half of my age because it makes sense. You know, I've never been the type that will do and get into things that's illegal, because to me, crime doesn't pay. I would rather do everything right. So sometimes, unfortunately, to learn things, you do have to go to school. I see people giving skin advice and trying to push products on people who don't even know what the ingredients mean, who don't even know when you mix them together what can happen, don't even know that every skin type cannot use the same products. You'll be amazed. I feel like this. If you haven't spent 40 or more grand to learn skin, bro, sis, excuse me, but you really don't know shit about the skin, because you wouldn't be telling everybody that they can use these products. And half the time, people be using products that they skin type shouldn't even be using. It's crazy. You got to see this shit to believe it. But the reason why I know this stuff like that is because, why? I'm in that industry. I'm in the skin business. So it's entertaining to me. I see some things and I cringe and I'm like, oh, you shouldn't be putting that on your face. But you can't tell people nothing, you know. They get offended. You know, oh, you think you know this, you think you know that. Okay. But anywho, support your friend's business. If you don't want to start your business and you see your friends, support them, you know, and don't be mad at nobody for doing what the hell they got to do. Don't be upset that nobody is always posting their business or they always doing this. Don't get mad. What the fuck is you mad for? You supposed to be happy to see somebody thriving or doing their thing. That's like really some hater shit. If you on the sideline, you, oh, I don't like that. Oh, you trying to be in competition with a motherfucker. You trying to make it seem like what the person doing ain't shit, or this. Like, come on, man. Get a grip. Stop hating. Get your own shit going for yourself. Stop being on the sideline talking shit about people. Like, that's so tacky to me. That's so tacky. Now, that's not entertaining. That is like borderline, flat out ghetto. It's hell. Like, seriously. Like, if you got to sit around and talk about people's business, or like if you making posts about people's businesses, or like even with a lot of African American people, a lot of us are taking off in businesses and they're thriving and they're doing well. And people, oh, black people are so ghetto and this and that, or like, oh, you got a deposit, or you charging cancellation fees. This is a business. This is not Sesame Street. This is a full life business that are feeding children, that are feeding families, that is taking care of parents. Businesses do that. People have to figure out ways to pay themselves from their business earnings. That's not easy. Excuse me. That's not easy. Especially all depending on how your business doing. Sometimes you might not get paid. But if you never ran a real business, you won't even know that. There's so many people I know that's so talented that have not taken that dive to start their own business. Man, people talented in so much stuff. So many different things, but scared to take the plunge. But then you got people that's trying to start businesses that's so far-fetched that they have no business even getting into. They don't even know the market. They don't even know how to scout. They don't even have the common sense to get a realtor that can also help them look for commercial property for them to open a business. This is things that you need to hang around people who are equally yoked with you. If you are trying to run businesses and you are trying to be successful, you need to align yourself up with those people who are doing the same thing. You cannot try to run a business and try to be successful and still got the same homies that ain't trying to do nothing that you doing or doing the same shit you doing. It is impossible. Who are you running your business ideas off of if they're not trying to do nothing? How is this happening? That's the same people, the same person that would be in a relationship with a man or a woman that's not equally yoked, where you see them 10 years later, they still in the same position. They haven't bought a house yet. They haven't bought a car yet. They haven't even started their own business yet. They haven't even, like, come on, man. The only thing they having is kids. And still getting up and going to work for Joe. Still getting up and going to work for Jeff. Still getting up and going to work for whoever. This is a concern. You should not be in a relationship and be in the same place in 10 years that you was when y'all fucking met. That's impossible. That's not a good relationship. I'm telling you that now. Somebody's hindering somebody. If you're in a relationship with a man or a woman that loves money, you're going to have to love money. You're going to have to value it. You can't be with a man or a woman that loves money and yet now the lights is off. The water's off. What the fuck are you doing with the money? Are you selling it? That's going to be questions. You cannot be with a person who you love loyalty, but they don't. It won't work. How? Tell me how. It will not work. It is impossible. And even in business, in your business relationship with your friends, you're going to have to be equally yoked. You're going to have to be. Or now you're going to always get into it, or people are going to be jealous, or this is going to happen. Like, come on, man. You're going to have to be equally yoked. There's no way in hell you can have a relationship with a man or a woman if you guys are not equally yoked. That birds of a feather shit really is true. Birds of a feather flock together. I don't care what you have in common with that person. It's something that's bringing y'all together. You know, so always root for other people. Be happy for other people. That's me. That's my attitude. That shit's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. I have aligned myself up with a lot of business owners. I have them in my circle. They're necessary because that's what I want to do. I want to have a thriving business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang around and I'm going to piggyback and I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to try to really get myself up underneath women, men who are successful and having thriving businesses. Networking is very important. You're going to have to bump shoulders and rub hands, before COVID, touch hands with people who are successful. Whatever business industry you're in, I suggest you get a mentor. I suggest you get a mentor. It is very necessary. I love how my mentor told me different things. She's been in the aesthetics business forever. She just opened up a school in Georgia. I think that's so amazing. Like, the sacrifices, though. The sacrifices this lady made, the traveling she did, all this wear and tear on her body. She started small like me in a salon suite like I have. Then from there moved into a building. Then from there started going around the world, training, traveling, doing, man, successful. Now guess what? She got a damn school. Young as hell. So many sacrifices have been made. So many nights had to be away from her children. Now she could be home more and got a school. That's big. That's big. Now that's one thing that I can say, just watching people, like, I'm really proud of people like that. I just seen this lady, like, buy her fiance a whole business. She bought him a whole business, like, walked him into it for his birthday, like, happy birthday. He go, a business. That's big. That's super big. To buy your man a business that's fully employed with employees, all the equipment, like everything. That's big balling right there. I'm sorry. So don't be out there and not having your own business. Yep, if you want to keep working at 9 to 5, keep doing that. That's your crutch. I feel you, bro. I feel you, sis. Keep working that. That's your crutch. But at the end of the day, you need to be starting your own business. You need to be having your own business thrive, because that company can get rid of you. I done had companies give me and 30 other people severance packages because they overstaffed themselves after running all the numbers. They say, damn, we can't even have as many employees. But here goes some thousands of dollars to go away. Here goes some money right here for you to leave, because we can't afford you no more. We can't even afford to have you here. Sorry. That happens. Or if you had a business, you work for a company, you open your mouth like me, I'm going to speak up. They'll let you go. You know, it's best you got to be quiet in certain positions, and all depends on because that race stuff really plays a big part too. I'm telling you, I've had people be all in my face and all that in the office, but behind your back, whole different person, sweetie. But Black excellence, Black excellence, Black excellence, Black excellence. We always strive. We always come through. God always blesses us, period. I can't even tell you a situation where I have not been blessed. I can't. God was pushing me into working for myself. The man literally pushed me. He had a job, fired me. He had company let me go. He had a severance package. Then I got hit with another severance package back to back. Then I was accepting another position. The pandemic hit. The man was literally pushing me into starting my own business, into only running my own businesses. That's it. No more tinkering and playing with the corporate world. That was over for me. That was done. New chapter. Even this podcast you're listening to, that's a check for me. I monetize everything. I have to. It is necessary. I am a young, Black, African-American woman who literally came from nothing. Rags to riches. Rags to riches. No, I'm just kidding. Literally came from nothing. I don't have anybody to depend on but my husband, who is amazing, who does a great job, who I would never let go because he is an amazing husband. He is not perfect. He is a human being, and I would never try to put perfect on him. But when it comes to being a family man, taking care of his family, he's perfect in that area, okay? Me and these children have never wanted for anything. I don't even have to pay no bills. This is something that has been brought upon me. This is my life.